make sure. Okay, we're recording.
Can we mute our mics?
Unless there's a bunch of noise going on. I don't know. You can mute them if you want. So
Stacy and Tammy are always muted. I'm just saying. Noted.
It's a military thing.
Yeah.
It must be. So anyways, you probably have a good idea who Shana is, most of you guys, but she is Monica McCann's coach, and it was so funny because I remember the first time I met Shana at a Super Saturday. She came out, she was so funny because she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. She's like, my goal is to hit SC5. That's it. Like, and then I'll just decide what I'm going to do. She was like, she was so funny. I was like, Monica and I were both like, this girl is a rock star. She needs to get it because she is going to go to the top. So she came to Summit and she got it. And she has been on fire ever since. Her team is rocking. They are amazing. And she has a presence and she does amazing things with her challengers that I think that's why I asked her to come on and share, because I feel like she's a trainer and she has a lot of great information to offer us. And I think going into the holidays, a lot of times it can be hard. Even like Tara and Becky were saying earlier, they were worried about going into the holidays because, people get caught up in the holidays. They want to let loose a lot of times. That's the mindset. But I think it's good maybe then to get some new ideas of how we can really help people change their mindset through that and encourage them, that honestly, any time is the time. You can't just say, and that's kind of, I just put a post up, there really never is any right time. Like if you say, I'm going to wait till the new year, you're probably not going to do it in the new year. You just have to kind of make the shift. So I'm sure Shana is going to share some awesome stuff that we can encourage our challengers with as we go into the holidays and keep them strong and excited about going into the new year even better. So go ahead, Shana. I'm going to mute myself and take some notes.
Okay. Hashtag this is happening. Okay. Oh man, everything is a hashtag. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and hustle through my slides, and then maybe we can do questions after if you have any questions. Sound good? Sounds amazing. Yeah. Okay, great. Sounds great. Okay. Yes, I answer my own questions. If you don't answer, I will answer them for you. So, all right. Look, it's pretty in pink because that matters. These things matter, people. All right, challenge groups. So Andy Stanley is a preacher, and he's a big presence in leadership, and he says, keep the main thing the main thing. And I feel like challenge groups are the main thing, besides Shakeology and nutrition and fitness, like those are important. But the challenge groups are where it all comes together. And it's where I've built my business. And I think it's what makes me successful. And it's what makes my people successful. So it is the main thing in my thing. All right. So this was what has really hit me since I started. This quote, can you see it? Yeah. It's good. Okay. Obviously Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Hashtag trailblazer. Okay. That's what I'm talking about right there because, Tara and I were talking about a couple days ago, I've done a lot of research on what are people doing in challenge groups and then what are their graphics that they're using and and I'm like, wow, I spent so much time researching. What if I just did it, whatever I thought was cool, and then I wouldn't have wasted that time and I would have been done with my planning of my challenge group. So I just want to start with that idea, get good ideas, but just do you. Okay. They keep talking about your target market. Well, your target market, your client, your avatar, whatever is you in some form or fashion. So do a challenge group. What in a challenge group would make you successful? What in a challenge group would make you want to show up every day? What in a challenge group would make you excited? What in a challenge group would help you get results? And that's what you got to do. We don't have to worry about what other people are doing, right? We're just going to do awesome and trailblaze ourselves. And with that, my challenge groups change every month. I mean, there's some very good bones that are going to happen every month, but we change it and we go with what works and we try new things and we listen to feedback. And one of the biggest things that we do, and we had to put on the blinders and just do what we want to do on our team, which is hashtag Team Catalyst. Yeah. Okay, by the way, I should have saved my name. It's Team Catalyst. We co-coach. So all of my coaches are in my challenge group with me. I don't know if anybody else does that, and I didn't ask anybody else permission because it's what's working for us. And it's like coach heaven in there. Like you can't get not coached every day. So many coaches. No, it's only actually a couple, but it really isn't, it's probably not very popular, but it's what's working for us. And that's just an example of we're making our own trail. Okay. So I was going to go through some, I'm a reporter or former recovering reporter. I don't know what I am, but the 5 questions. So start with why, because you always start with why. I'm pretty sure there's a book about that. And my why we're doing challenge groups. The first reason I would say is to make believers out of our challengers. Okay. We're doing this challenge group, not just because, it's like what Beachbody does. We're not doing it because we have a 30 days program. We're doing it to change them, like into our cult. They're coming into our cult with us. We're making believers out of them, not just, we're not just selling them a program or telling them about a diet. We want in this challenge group to convert them to a healthy lifestyle. That's our goal, or that's our why for challenge groups, or at least mine anyway. And so with that, let me show you, I don't know if you can see it. If you're on your phone, it's probably not, sorry. But these are some posts from I just went through our last challenge group, and people are talking about such and such and such. And then at the end, such and such, like big hashtag moments. But at the end, she's like, I feel better about myself and I'm becoming more comfortable in my skin. Thanks, Shana, for reaching out to me and urging me to try the program. And also, by the way, I just have to read this real quick. She said, my muffin top went from regular size muffin to a mini muffin. It's so funny. And then I also, let's see what else she says down here. Okay, my clothes didn't fit very differently, but I felt healthier and more energetic. Meal prep was exhausting. I don't know how you guys do it with kids, but I did more containerizing and portions, and hopefully that will make this next week easier. I feel better about myself. I am enjoying the support from this group, and I didn't have one cheat. Like that's not someone who's just doing a program. Like that's somebody who is building a lifestyle, a changed lifestyle. That's what we're doing here. And then the last one, she's over here. She's trying to like do stuff, and Autumn's screaming in her head, don't self-sabotage or whatever. And think about why you're here. And like, that's changing, that's making converts, right? We're converting them to this lifestyle. And I just feel like that is, why is it? Okay. We're making believers, not just dieters, right? We're making believers in this lifestyle. And so have you guys ever heard, I'm sure you have, of how Stella got her groove back? You heard that movie, right? I haven't seen it, so I probably shouldn't be stealing it if I haven't seen it, but I hear it's amazing. So my challenge group is how Jessica got her mojo back. My challenge group is how Lori got her mojo back. My challenge group is how Shana got her mojo back. Like, this is how I got my mojo back. This is how I started believing in myself a little bit more again. I started putting myself first in things that matter of health. I started believing I could achieve goals that I set for myself. Like, this isn't just a diet program. This is like a big time deal. Okay, man, so exciting. Okay, so it's community. So I'm gonna get real whatever with you right now. Chris just told me he's on TDY right now, and one troop that he was deployed with last year, he found out she committed suicide, and he said she was like full of light and exciting, and just she thought she was super cool. And especially in the veteran community, this is a really big deal. And it's just everywhere. People are so isolated right now in this culture, in this society. it was already bad, and now with the electronics, and now with this perfectionism and all this different stuff, people are so excited, so isolated, even though they're surrounded by people. So we're creating community in these challenge groups. So if an encouragement, so maybe in this challenge group is the only real, and even though it's virtual, connection that somebody gets, you're giving that community, you're responsible for helping that person with community. and encouragement. You might be the only person that encourages them that day. And that is a freaking blessing and opportunity that a lot of people don't get. And I really hope that we all take it seriously. So community. Oh, okay. Hashtag don't cry, Shana. Anyway, so these are some posts about community. So this is, the bottom one she wrote after, before and after. And she said, I know I look sad in the after, but that's because I was crying because this is my new happy place. I'm no longer eating my emotions and abusing my body. I have a lot of work to do still, but I also have the rest of my life to thank myself. And I know I can maintain it. And I can't thank you all enough for the support, love, and guidance. Like, if, like, you can like pat yourself on the back if you can give, like, and it's not even that we're necessarily doing it, but we're creating that environment where that kind of community can flourish. And then this, the top one, this girl had a bad day at work, and she said I was so frustrated, and I was just going to come home, and I wasn't going to eat right, and I wasn't going to work out, but then I freaking logged on and saw you guys, and all your smiling faces, and you guys all worked out, so then you helped me push through, and so that's what she was saying there. And it's also accountability, the same reason. So she probably wouldn't have, it's not just community, but she probably wouldn't have worked out, but she saw our faces, right? And that's what we're doing in challenge groups. That's why we're doing it. Encouragement. This is just quick, but like all of these people are commenting on every post, and we're fostering encouragement by that. And we're doing that by being the example and responding to everyone. And then people feel a safe environment and to be not emotional, but people like shut down, and they're afraid of what you're going to think, or what if their opinion matters. And we're creating an environment where obviously it does. And we're creating lifestyle change. This is another why. And then why we do challenge groups: to find new coaches. Hello. It's where I found my coaches. Obviously, I think most people do, or I guess some people sign coaches from Original that just want to like walk in and start killing it. I don't know where those are. If you find some, can you give them to me? Anyway, so you can see your coaches in the posts at like when they're responding. You have the people that say "Go girl," and you're like, "Oh, that's so nice." But then you have the people that like won't stop encouraging and helping, and like those are the people that you're like, okay, writing you on my list, girl. We're gonna talk, and it's just a natural behavior. So that's where you find your coaches. Okay, so that was the why, and talking about the how. My challenge groups are dummy proof. Like, you cannot fail in my challenge group unless you literally just stay in bed all day. I don't know. Like if there was a book, how to lose weight for dummies, it would be like my challenge group. That's the goal anyway, right? You can't lose in my challenge group. I'm going to dummy proof it. So, for example, all of my challenge groups are 21-day fix. You can do whatever workouts, but you have to do the 21-day fix. That's the main component. So with that, like, I'm not kidding when I say for dummies. Like, this is a post that I make on my pre-week where we talk about what we're going to be doing. And it's about the containers. Like, this is in your booklet. This is on Pinterest. This is on the internet. This is like in videos. There is no way that you don't know this if you ever paid attention. But you know what? It's going to be here again. And I'm going to shove it down your body, your throat, or your eyes, or your brain, or whatever the right part of yourself is. Because I don't want there to be an opportunity for you to be confused or to not know something. So yes, this seems obvious. Green container equals vegetables. I don't even care. I'm going to tell you that. And then I'm going to make you actually emoji at the end of my post to make sure you read it. Like, cause I'm not your friend, I'm your coach. And so I'm coaching you. I'm going to help you. And, I'm not going to sit on the sidelines. I'm going to take this coach word really seriously. So I do these kind of posts for everything: meal prepping, meal planning, what you're going to need to work out, what your Shakeology, what we're going to do about that, everything. Like, you're not going to be able to lose or fail because you're going to have all this information because hashtag I'm your coach, wherever Tim is. So that's one way I do it. I dummy proof it. And most of that information is in your book. it's not like you're reinventing the wheel, but it helps your challengers. And then that's a place where they can ask questions that on that thread, and it's just amazing. Yeah. The other how is to be super consistent and predictable. If you do, I don't know if any of you use Hootsuite. I remember hearing people say that. I'm like, that is hashtag ridiculous. I can't even, but of course I'm doing it now because that's what I say about everything. So 6 a.m. I've actually backed that up to 5 a.m. My challengers know they're going to wake up each morning and see a post from me. There's never a day that's not going to happen unless Hootsuite screwed me over, which probably was a user error. But I like to blame it because it can't talk back. So every morning, and I probably should back it up to 4 because these fools are getting up at they're so dedicated. 4:15 to work out. I'm like, oh my gosh, go back to bed. Anyway, so the first thing they see is a post from me. And it's going to be something to get their day started. And it's going to have some sort of positivity, and it's probably going to have some education in it. It's like my main post for the day. And then every evening, they know they're going to see a food journal post from me. And this is an opportunity for me to coach them. Because I know you guys might not be running 21-day fix groups, so you might have to adjust this, but it's in the afternoon. So I know I'm going to connect with them in the morning and the afternoon minimum. That's predictable, and they can count on that. But with the food journals, then it actually gives me an opportunity to coach them on what they're eating, which, there's a lot of different things that could go into that, or just encourage them, and then also it gives the other challengers an idea of what to eat, some different ideas of what to eat, because they may not, they may be eating chicken, broccoli, and sweet potatoes for every meal. And they're like, oh, this person had chili. Oh, I didn't know that was how did you not know that? That was in my post. But anyway, it just gives them, those are the predictability. It's consistent. They know what to expect. Done. All right. And then the last how thing is I try to make it exciting and fun. I want them, this is not a chore. We get to be healthy. We are privileged to live in a place and have the means to be healthy. So let's make it fun. It's not like punishing yourself to be healthy. So I want to change that, turn that around on its head. It's always oh, I have to diet, or oh, I have to work out. We're going to make it fun. So the rock, okay, so most of my food journal posts have a funny meme or something like that. And then we do the other thing I do is once a challenge, I do burpees for every Flex Friday they do, or sweaty selfie. And it doesn't have to be that. It could be a silly dance or something, but just whatever, something to keep it light. We're getting to do this, it's exciting, something that makes them want to keep coming to the challenge group, which will help them be accountable and get results. So, all right, that was the how. And now the what. And actually, I don't know if these words that are on the left have anything to do with the words that are on the right, but oh well. Okay? I feel like I'm just telling you things. Okay. So so half of you are also military. So I'm a schedule person as well. Or I'm a military person as well, which means schedules, routine, predictability, things. Okay. So, and this is not my idea, but I have a very specific challenge group calendar that I've shared in the group before. But basically every day I have a different theme, again, helping with that predictability and consistency, helping me to not have anxiety about what to post, helping me to pre-schedule it all out so that it's done and out of my brain. So every week we have a theme, and every day we have a theme. And I have co-coaches, so we have different people in charge of stuff. And then I the things that I definitely want to teach them are all in there. And then I can change it up as needed, and every time I post in the Hootsuite, I edit it a little bit, or maybe add or take away, but I have the same posts over and over. And I'm sure you guys do too, and they're all saved on my website so that I can actually send them individually if people have questions, or before, when I'm trying to get somebody to be a challenger. So those are all available somewhere else so I can copy and paste too. And then, so they're all, so these, the schedule, it has all the things that I want to be in there, and then we can be flexible from there. And like I said, it helps me, and it doesn't have to be serious. Saturday, I put a benefit of Shakeology, or a podcast or video about Shakeology. And every Sunday, we weigh in on Sunday, because we started on Monday. Nobody really likes that, but I'm like, whatever. I don't know. That's just Success Sunday. That's what we're doing, because it both had the word S. So good job. Okay. So that's a schedule. And then also this is the right side is my Hootsuite schedule, and that's all scheduled. This helps me, it's like Teamsy. It helps me be a good coach because it's all there, and I know I'm checking the boxes. All right. Schedules. We do challenges within a challenge. So this challenge group is exciting. They've been asking for a while, but we're finally doing the Couch to 5K in conjunction with the 21-day fix and the workouts. So, which is really hard to plan because it's only 3 weeks and you're obviously working out already. But I have it for the upper body day, the Pilates day, and the weekend, so that you can kind of fit it in addition to your workouts. And this is just another, running is a spiritual thing for me. And I've seen how it changes lives, just like Shakeology and nutrition. So it's important to me, and I like it. And everybody else seems to want to do it too. So we're doing that. That's a challenge within our challenge. And then also the last week of every challenge group, we have a 1-1-1 surge where if they put because I don't know if you've noticed, the third week people, or the second week, there's always a lull, and people sort of fall out of off the earth. So we have this 1-1-1 surge, a surge call or whatever that Beachbody does. And it works. For some reason, it works. Saying 1-1-1 makes it simple. And they're like, okay, I just got to get my 1-1-1 in and posted today. And then there's, I put in a drawing for a prize or whatever for everybody that does it. And it works. I don't know why, but it works. So these are challenges within a challenge. And then I have a lot of different daily challenges, show me what you're eating in that's your blue container today, or whatever, just silly stuff that just keeps the momentum, keeps the activity, keeps everybody going. So this is my so exciting thing to tell you guys. So personal development. So we and I would share my personal development, right? We do that. That's part of our 4 vitals. We share it. And we would share it in the group. So that's on the left side. Daring greatly, this amazing quote. And look, everybody's like, I need this book. I need to do this. And then we were trying to come up with how we were going to better share. And we're like, you know what, screw it. We're doing book club. Let's just do everything. This challenge group is everything. And I'm not saying you guys all have to do that, but you're doing personal development anyway, right? And you know how much it's changed your life, right? And if it's good enough for Beachbody, it's good enough for my challengers. And you don't even have to do a book club or whatever you want to call it. Even if you just personally recommend something, or give it away as one of your prizes, if you do prizes, whatever. But I'm really excited about this because I think it's going to help people. It's going to help all the things. And so that's something that we're doing. And I'm going to take it. I can be way too serious on things. We're taking it real light, just kind of talking about what you did, no heaviness. And so, yeah, so we're doing that book club in conjunction. It's an event. You can make events in your groups. I'm sure you know that, but you can make events in your group. And we actually, I tested it too, because, people get overwhelmed with notifications. But if you click can't attend in an event, then you won't get those notifications. So that kind of helps, people that want to do it, that's good. But if they are already saying holy shnikes, there's so many things, then you can just advise them to click can't go. And then it's the best of both worlds. All right. Vision boards. Again, if it's good enough for Beachbody, it's good enough for my challengers. Okay. Now, when I started coaching, I made these for people and mailed them to them. And then that was ridiculous. So now I make them make their own. But this is a vision board, and it's obviously not a life vision board. This is your personal health and fitness vision board. And in the post, it actually says to put quotes and other non-weight goals and ideas and words that kind of just really get you fired up so that you see it and you're like, okay, sorry, maybe those are not the things that you say, but so this is like very number heavy, but a lot of people that they're making their own and they're just coming up with like these amazing things, and it has nothing to do with numbers. I'm like, okay, whatever, man, do it. But again, just so you know, real quick, dummy proof, like seriously, get out a sheet of paper. Oh, okay. It's the first step. Okay. And I do that with everything, man. And it's not to be ugly, but you don't know where people are starting, and and they also have anxiety. And if you're like me, you're a perfectionist, or I'm a recovering perfectionist. So, people are like, oh, too anxious. So no, we're just gonna take that out. Just do it, man. And okay. So this one, if you do one extra thing in your challenge groups, this is the thing to do. First of all, it makes people commit to themselves. It gives people a little extra belief in themselves. It gives them something to see every day that really just invigorates. And they get like, when you write a list of stuff and you cross something off, you're like, nailed it. Like basically I won the day. Okay. When they get to X that off, it's not even a physical thing. It is a mental victory. And it's really made a difference. It's really made a difference since we started doing this in our groups. It's really awesome. Awesome sauce. All right. Teaching. Like I said, I post something every day that is of value. That's what I've been taught as a coach, is to add value. So, I have taken the guesswork out of that, and well, every day I'm just going to add value. And I feel like if you're teaching people, then they might actually stick with it. Maybe they won't not ever drink soda again, but at least they'll know why it's bad for them. And, it doesn't have to be anything complicated. You don't have to be an expert. You can Google that, Dr. Axe that, do whatever. And these actually happen both to be about the containers. And I like to tell people why fat's good, because people think that if you eat fat, you are fat. And then there's also a bad relationship with carbs, and so I go on to tell them in that post, carbs are your body's preferred energy source. So you need to eat them. Like your brain needs carbs and fat to function. Like your brain is mostly fat. Anyway, and that's all Googleable. I don't know about that. But if you're teaching them, and like I said, it may be a little work up front, but once you have all these posts written, then you can just reuse them. And that goes for whatever other kind of challenge group you're doing too. Like, I'm sure there's other things that you can teach. Live videos, I'm sure you guys know that too. Look at my girls, it's so beautiful. Okay, so Lori and Jessica are two of my co-coaches, and we do live videos just based on whatever we're feeling in the group. I think this one from Lori was like, oh, I hate it, the second week slump or something, I don't remember. And she's just talking, and it helps to build that community, helps to build that connection, and we get to be real so that everybody who may be struggling can connect with that, and it motivates people, and it gives you an opportunity to just be real, or to say things that take too long to type too. Let me tell you. And people join in live. Like, I don't know what they're all doing. Don't they have jobs? I'm just kidding. But they join in live all the time. And again, it's just building that community and making converts. We're making converts. Yes, into my cult, into my Beachbody cult. You come in. All right. Zoom calls. So I stole this from, I'm sure if you listen to that National Wake Up Call, you heard whatever her name was, because I can't keep them all straight. But we started doing Zoom calls on Saturdays with the challenge group. And won't you know, like, a lot of people showing up, because again, this is your opportunity to connect with people that might otherwise be isolated, which in my target market, stay-at-home moms, or moms in general, are so isolated. I don't know when this happened, but it's a great way for me to hopefully have a ripple effect to undo that. But Zoom calls, and you could just do it the first week of your challenge group, maybe, if you didn't want to commit to the whole. But that way, it's also a really great time to answer all these questions live and in person, except for not. But it's a great time to answer all the questions that people have at once, and build that community and get real faces. And I can't even explain the feeling that comes after these. It's so weird. It's so awesome. And again, like it's going to make less work for you because then you can talk to them instead of like typing to each individual person individually because they're going to have questions. Okay. Almost done. Okay. This is the other thing I do in my challenge groups. Whatever the information that you are going to put in there, I put it in albums and photos. And so for my challenge groups, I mostly have meal plans, tools which have like shopping lists, tracking sheets, whatever, container lists, other stuff like that. I have Shakeology albums, which have recipes in there, and benefits for Shakeology, which we need to get some more in there. That's not very impressive. And then I have recipe album. And again, dummy proofing. Those recipes have a picture of the food and the comment is the recipe. Okay. There's no messing this up. And if they're my recipes / most recipes, they have the container count in them too. And when it has the recipe, and I'm just copying this from the internet, it's not, I have my own recipes, but it's not like I'm reinventing the wheel. But then I also put so you have the ingredients, the recipe, and what the container is. You cannot fail. Like you can't, and it's all right there. And then I add throughout the thing. And if people put recipes in there, I add it to our stockpile. It does take 5 minutes to get it all set up, but it's worth it because it gives your challengers opportunities or an easy way. Like I know Pinterest is out there and I know, but literally it's just a thing. And also, you never know what their search engine functions are doing. It might be leading them astray. So yeah, this is good. This is all, that's a really good way to organize it because Facebook doesn't like us, right? In the files, it's just like bleh, verbal vomit. And you're like, okay, thanks. Nobody can find anything, but in the rest or in the albums, you actually can organize by album. And it's just one way that you can actually be organized on your challenge groups. All right. Emoji and tagging. I require them to emoji on stuff that matters, which is pretty much everything. Again, I'm coaching. We're not buddies. No, we are buddies, but like you accidentally or purposefully got me as a coach and sorry about your luck. I'm going to coach you. Like I'm going to get you in the game. We're going to get you in the game. You're not just going to sit on the sidelines. So I make them emoji. And then that's like, emoji is not like this deep, like autobiographical question. Like, I need you to pour out your heart. No, just emoji. And then we're good. Like that you read this post and that you know what's going on. And then if it's really important, I tag everybody. Isn't that annoying? Don't you love that? But if it's really, really important, like really, really, then I will keep tagging your butt until you respond. And that's not happened very often. And actually I kind of give up after like 3 times, but that's like, if you guys have listened to, I think it was Alyssa and Chelsea from Summit, their Extreme Makeover Challenge group. For example, they make their challengers post a before picture. Whew. I'm like, or at least make them send it. So I've kind of like mostly done that, but I'm too much of a wuss to actually do it. But that's one of the posts that I'm like tagging. I'm like, let me see it, send it to me. Like you need this in your life so that when you get the after, you can actually see the difference. So there's posts that really I want to be naggy about. And that's what I do is I tag them. And little tip, you can't tag them you can tag them on your mobile a lot easier if you go on your mobile because there's a little button above. You might already know that. I'm sorry, but you just click the tag and you can tag everybody at once because it lets you select them. Otherwise, if you're doing it on your computer or laptop, then you have to type in their name, and which isn't a big deal if it's not that many people, but at this point, it's a big deal to me. All right, so that is it. Questions?
Anybody? Questions? That was awesome, Shana. I took so many notes. That was, I have questions. Does anybody else?
I do.
Okay, go.
So if they don't emoji and you ask them to emoji, then you just keep tagging them?
No.
Okay.
But it's like the power of positive peer pressure, right? And everybody else is doing it. I guess I'll go read. Like, and they keep getting like if they're tagged in a post and then somebody comments on it, then they get retagged anyway. Like
Right.
it's like such and such commented on a post or tagged it, and you're like, what post is this? So it kind of like takes care of itself. And then obviously the power of positive peer pressure. I have so many challengers that have been there for a minute that they're going to do it because like they just do it. So then they see that example and it works out pretty good.
I was just wondering also, do people get super overwhelmed because there's like a challenge inside of a challenge inside of a challenge? Do some people just go, okay, forget it? Like,
no, I mean, I have 40 people and maybe 10 of them do the challenge within the challenge. I mean,
okay.
you have permission to ignore me. That's fine. But for the people that are really all in it, then they're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Those are my questions.
Tara, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question about recycling posts, like for your next group. Because inevitably you're going to have like a measure of people that follow you, like to every group. So if you're like reposting the same posts, does it matter? I mean,
nope. Actually, I mean, you think it would, but they ignore it if it does matter, I guess. But then also what I've noticed is then they start teaching too. Like, so somebody will ask a question and then they're like, oh, well, this is, and I'm like, hashtag, I don't have to do anything. Okay. So like they're learning. And also it's like a scripture that you read, right? You don't see it the same way every time. You might take something new out of it every time. And so, and you might have like glossed over something. And like I said, I do try to change it up and some here and there. But then again, like some of that stuff is just important. And if you don't want to read it, don't read it, dude.
okay, cool. Thank you.
Anyone else want to jump in? Question? Yeah. Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to ask. So when you do multiple coaches, you guys have your schedule and all that, and you said you make sure like you use Hootsuite to, which I think is important to have kind of the same time every day so people know what to expect. Do your coaches commit to that time every day, posting to that time, or how does that work?
Yes. Well, this actually is the first challenge group I've really unclinched. And so we'll see how well they do, but Lori's right there and she has Hoots set up. And, I am a little bit of Reddit, but it's all good. Yes, but they know that they need to be on time or, things are going to happen. I don't know. That sounds like so rude. But yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. I was going to, I'm going to have to go back and watch it again because it was awesome information. It was fast though, which is good because it was good. It's just, it was so much information. So I want to, digest it more. I think it's so good because for me, you get in a rut of doing, after you do it for a while, you kind of like, it's almost like, oh, I don't know. And that's why this is so good. But I've never seen the food journal post before. So what exactly do you do with that?
Okay, so I post a meme that's either funny or inspiring. And then I put food journals and I put breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. And then actually I started adding water, workout. Is there something else? Or is that it, Lori? Water and workout. So, and that's so that they can copy it theoretically. And I also, I put it in the first comment so they can copy and then paste. And then and just because I've done it so many times, all of my challengers do it. They put what they ate for breakfast and then we do the little hearts, the color for what container it is. So it's like a beautiful rainbow to read. It's so pleasurable. But yeah, so that's what it is. They just write their breakfast, lunch, and snack and stuff like that. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We started adding victories in there too. At the end.
Yeah.
Workout and then, like a small victory for the day. So everyone could share some little tidbit that,
Yeah. And not everybody, not everybody does it every day.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Trying to think. I had some. Anybody else? I had something else, but I lost.
I do.
So I need a minute.
How do you do the albums within your? I know how to do an album like on my phone, like within my.
I'm just gonna show you.
Okay, do it.
That's the easiest way, right?
Right.
I would definitely recommend doing it on your computer if you have one.
Yeah, I
don't
do.
know. I don't know what's happening here, so hopefully I'm not sharing any highly sensitive information. Okay.
Woo!
So then, so you go here, and you have to have images, obviously. So you collect. Oh, I push the button and I push shift till I get the next one. So I'm gonna upload 5 images at a time. And you saw I click create album, right?
Yeah.
New. So you have to title it amazing album, and then you can go here and type recipe stuff. It's amazing. And then, oh, I forgot that other photo. I'm gonna go add that one too. So good. Okay. And then blah blah blah. Okay, this is amazing. So good. I'm gonna post this real quick. Best album ever. And then you can go in here, and that's interesting. It's not available online or on your computer. I have a lot of things happening here. You can share it on your mobile. You can share it to the group, which is ridiculous that you have to do that, but it's okay. And then you can also write here, and then, so that's good. So then you go back, whatever, leave this page. And you can go back to it, photos, albums, and where's that awesome, new amazing album. And okay, I want to add more photos to it. Okay, or I want to, stop it, edit. This one needs to be first because that's the first one I want them to see. And then this one, and done. Okay, so that's
Got it. Got it.
Okay, I have another question. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I guess I can only see Anne-Marie. Okay, there we go. It was just your face. Okay, so wait, hold on, I forgot. What was it? Oh, okay. So like, let's say you have a starting date, let's say you're going to start on the 1st of October. Okay, let's say that was your starting date. And then like people start contacting you after that date. This is the first time that I like just started adding people, like even though we had already started. Do you do that? Do you suggest it? Because sometimes it might be a long time until the next one starts.
Yeah, so this is obviously a personal choice, and we have an amazing plan to overcome this, which is we are going to come up with a plan. But like, our challenge group is pretty hard work. It's a big deal, but that's the point. So I can't do 2 a month. Like, that's not in me, man. So yeah, we just add because like people are excited and I don't want them to have to wait. And so what if all they do is see other people and then they don't start until the next group? Fine. Like, that's fine. And if they do start halfway through, that's fine. And if they're so overwhelmed and they hate me and they're like, why did you do this to my life? Then that's fine too. So yes, just do it. Like just do it. Whatever. Yeah. Unless like I know other coaches have a mid-month and like they're serious. I don't know how they do it. They're serious business. They have a mid-month and a first of the month or end of the month group, but that's not for me. Lori, what did we decide about that, or what did we talk about that?
Well, I think
is that not the same?
No, that's about, because at the beginning of this last challenge, I think we were aiming for the stars, and we were saying, yes, we're going to do a mid-month group and end of the month group next month. And then we made this challenge group so incredibly amazing and jam-packed full of fun stuff. I just can't imagine doing a mid-month. No, so I think, did I add someone to this last one? Or did I decide not to, or did we not?
I don't remember.
I feel like I did add someone a week late this last group. And
Yeah.
then, I added one person today, even though the group doesn't start till tomorrow, but
yeah. Interesting.
yeah. Well, Andrea. Anyway, yeah, I think just adding them, even if even if they don't have their stuff in the mail yet or whatever, just being able to see all the excitement and all the motivation.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about having consistent posts. Like even if they didn't get the pre-information, they'll see because it's the same thing every day.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. I've got all kinds of questions. Now, how much, so I love your idea of doing the videos, and like, it's so smart to make everything so dummy proof, like you said, so basic. Like, okay, they get all the information in the book, but you're so right. I have so many people sending me 25 messages about things that are in the book. It's like so perfect. But so the videos, how much preseason do you do? Like, because you were saying you have videos as far as meal prepping, planning, working out, containers, all of that. Do you do one a day, or what's?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's the end of the answer. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. Like, and so I need to remake them because was I telling Lori or somebody today? I was like, when I started, I was just basically like, I was telling Tara, I was Autumn in my head. So whatever video I saw that she made, I just made it. I'm like, so that's fine. Here's literally it's so bad. Like, I didn't used to know what to eat. She eats Ezekiel toast, eggs, and spinach for breakfast. That is what Shana eats. And I have my video. This is what you're going to have for breakfast. And if you search Autumn, you can see this is what Autumn's going to have for breakfast. And it's the exact same. So I didn't reinvent the wheel. But anyway, so yes, I have a video for that. And we have preseason day. 1 is introductions. 2, oh boy, here we go. It's going to be amazing. 2 is math and containers. 3 is meal planning. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. And once they get it, right? But the beginning, you're just going to get a million questions if you don't like nail this. And then meal prepping, and then pictures and measurement day. So those are I think 6 days or 5 days that we do.
Okay, that's good. I thought about doing a meal prepping video, but it seems overwhelming to do a video to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So Miss Perfectionist, just let it go. Like,
you got my number.
I only have it because I am that. Like I have a day in the life of the 21 Day Fix video, and my mom is videoing it, and you can see her going, she doesn't like the way I'm doing it. And I'm like, Mom, it's fine. Like, they're going to get the point, even though I didn't say that one thing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so imagine that they were in your house in the middle, like, oh, did you see my kids meal prep today video?
Yes, I did.
I meal prepped first, and then I talked about it. Even that will help. Like, you don't have to be like Martha Stewart as I'm cooking. Like, just, and then have your notes, and then you're good. Like, and it doesn't matter. Like, being real is what connects people to you. So the more you screw up, the more they're like, okay, she's not perfect. Thank God.
Right. I'll have to bring my dog in because
right here, or this one, the shoulders.
My favorite ones of you are when you're like, hey, be quiet. Your kids. I love it. All right. Well, anybody else have any more questions for Shana? Anybody? I mean, we've taken an hour of your time tonight. I'm so grateful.
Sorry, I have one more.
Oh yeah, go, Anna Marie.
Do you just do you ask them if they want to be in the group again the next time, or do you just put them in the group? So every group is different?
Yeah, I make a new group every month, which is a little bit of work.
I know.
Oh, but
I mean, like, is there anybody who's been in your group and never stopped? Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, half of them.
So
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, but you have to get an actual yes from them before you put them in the group?
Yes, and
Okay.
that's something that I just started a month or two ago, because I would just add people and then they're just dead weight, and they take that extra second to click when I tag them, and that's rude. Yeah, but also because you know what, we're providing a really good value for your $129, so you need to like be committed, and if you're not committed, then you're done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm over it. If you can't even say yes, please add me, then are you like, what are we doing? What are you doing with my life? Okay. That's really rude. So rude. But at this point, we're getting up to like 40 plus 50 people. Like we gotta like, what is it when you have to throw stuff out so you don't sink? Nothing. That's what we need to do.
Well, Anne Marie, another thing that like I do sometimes, I usually ask people, I give them a few options. Like if they want to continue on with the same group, I do have an alumni group that is just more, sometimes people check in, sometimes they don't. It's just kind of like, I ask if they want to continue on and change the program or do something different, if we need to reassess their goals, and I also ask if they want to continue on and learn more about the coaching opportunity a lot of times, because sometimes people just are waiting for you to ask and they've been thinking about it. So it never hurts to ask, but I learned that from, I don't know, some top coach and something, but just giving them like a few choices, and then they can, and the last one is opt out of a group for now, but I know I'm always welcome back whenever I decide to, because sometimes people feel bad, but you just say you're always welcome back. It's just, so. All right, ladies, thank you guys so much. Shana, thank you for sharing all your knowledge. We appreciate it. It was an awesome call. I learned so much. I'm excited and inspired for the rest of the year in my challenge groups and to get my rear and gear organized, because you're really organized, and that is like, what do they say? The bane of my existence, being organized. I'm good at other things, just not organization, but I know I need to be. So, but it was really good seeing all your systems. I love how you put it out there and showed us how you schedule things and just, talked us through everything. So I'm sure, if you guys think of more questions, if you have more questions, I'm sure Shana is always willing to share her knowledge. She's awesome like that. So, feel free to post and Live to Give or reach out or whatever. But thank you guys for making time tonight. I know it is a huge deal because you're away from your families and spending time doing this, but think of all the time building this business you're going to gain with your families. It's awesome, and why most of us do it. So I love you guys. Thanks, Shana, so much.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
Bye.
Bye.